A disclaimer: this podcast is not about religion. White Jesus and Black Jesus are nicknames. That's just what we call each other. This is a comedy and discussion podcast meant to entertain. We support all religions people choose to follow in order to connect to a higher power, although we think Scientology is a bit out there. Enjoy the show. I've come to accept that I am stuck in cyberspace reading disclaimers for Black and White Jesus. I've started listening to the show. It's not too bad. I love Black Jesus. White Jesus is a bit of a prick.
Welcome to the Black and White Jesus podcast. This week's podcast is sponsored by Pockets. Put something in your pocket today. What would we do without Pockets? We would have nowhere to put our wallets or phones. We would have nowhere to put our hands in nervous or awkward situations. Spare change would just be littered upon the streets if we didn't have Pockets. That's Pockets. God got it right with the kangaroo. This podcast is also being sponsored by Stromboli's. Stromboli's, a heart attack wrapped in pizza bread. Welcome to the Black and White Jesus podcast. I'm White Jesus. Where's Black Jesus? Black Jesus is not here. I'm doing the podcast, the Black and White Jesus podcast. Black Jesus is not here. What do I do? Let me call my brother. I need help. Hopefully he picks up.
What's up, bro?
Hey, bro. It's your bro. Hey, check it out, man. I'm doing the Black and White Jesus podcast. Right?
Word.
But Black Jesus isn't here.
Oh shit, where's Black Jesus?
I don't know where Black Jesus is, man. But you know, I think the show must go on.
You sound like you have your host voice on.
Yeah, I got my host voice on. Everything's here except my Black Jesus. Hey,
you guys are gonna do it tomorrow or something?
I don't know. You know, the Lord's us Black and White Jesuses. We got a lot of stuff we gotta do. Black
busy
Jesus
being Jesus, dog.
It's busy being Jesus, and Black Jesus may just be like doing some Jesus stuff. Hey, would you co-host the show with me and fill in for Black Jesus?
Is that possible?
Yeah, you weren't on the toilet or anything, are you?
Dude, I'm just sitting in bed researching fairy lights inside of wine bottles because I'm obsessed with decorating my new place, man.
Fairy lights? Is that like lights for homosexuals? Or just like really?
It could be.
It could be.
But it's also lights for me, buddy. So you can decide.
Oh man. Well,
so are we gonna Zoom or something?
No, man. This is all audio. Zooming would involve us having to look at each other. I think. I don't want to look at you.
Is this the show?
This is the show. We're recording. I started recording. You're on the show right now.
Dude, that's hilarious.
And because I got to the part where I said, "Welcome to the Black and White Jesus podcast." I'm White Jesus, and then I waited. And
that's when you realized there was no Black Jesus?
That's when I realized that I'm doing this podcast alone, so I called my brother.
Holy Jesus, man. You need to go see a doctor.
Oh, man. Have you listened to the show before?
I'm an avid listener, dude. I just pretty much dropped off the face of the earth the last week, which has kind of been nice. And I have not been doing my habitual things, and that includes, like, walking or biking and listening to podcasts and stuff like that. So I think I'm one episode behind, but
one episode behind, dude. You're the right episode behind.
Well, it's not good.
I accidentally outed you.
Oh yeah, you told everybody about
Dude,
the.
and then I was like, I told a joke about gay people, and I was like, hey, look, this isn't anti-gay. I love gay people. My brother's gay. Oh, shit, I outed him. I hope I remember to edit it out. And I totally didn't.
It's okay. Actually, I was thinking, as I often do when I was going to sleep the other night, and I was thinking, like, I think I literally have no beliefs or convictions, except for that I am sure. The only thing that I know for sure, like, I don't know anything for sure. I don't really believe anything for sure, but the only thing I do know for sure is that I am a heterosexual guy. Because I've I haven't had sex with another guy, but it's never had to get to that point. I've had other guys try to have sex with me, and and it didn't do anything for me. And,
Like a gay deer in
although I do
headlights.
appreciate a man's beauty, you know.
Well,
So
dude, I'm
maybe
not gay either, but, Matthew McConaughey walks up to me, and I'm
Matthew McConaughey's up there.
Yeah,
For me, it's like it's James Franco. I'm like,
dude.
It sucks when I see a guy,
Wow.
Adam Levine. I'll see him and be like, damn. Like if I was a chick and I was attracted to guys, or if I was a guy and I was attracted to guys, sorry, but yeah, man, 2020. You just got to.
2020's been a fun year so far. Everything that we've looked forward to in the future, as like growing up. Like we wanted to see pandemics and the world burn itself down, like at the end of Fight Club. That's kind of like.
Oh, we've always wished for the apocalypse.
Yeah. Like with that Pixie song in the background, man. The end of Fight Club. That's basically what we're about today.
Well, it's starting to get to that point where I'm envisioning running through a building engulfed in flames and snatching up senior citizens as part of my job to protect them. Not just snatching them up because I'm rioting, but I'm moving. I won't say where I'm moving, but it's in a industrial area.
You're moving to parts unknown.
Yeah, let's just say it's a big U.S. city, and there could be looting and rioting, and I just wonder.
Does it rhyme with Jew Cork?
No, but it could be up in. It might be like Pan Fran Disco.
Han Francisco sounds right.
But this is a little rougher than San Francisco, I would say. But and if it is New York, it's
Well, here's something. You're my brother, and you live out in California, man. And this wasn't really an announced movement. You went to go. Stay out there for a little bit, and they were just like, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, I told
which is kind of your style,
Yeah, dude, I had a backpack and it was stuffed with my
hobo gear.
Dude, yeah, dude, I want everything to be able to fit in a backpack. I can live what's in my backpack now, but I do have stuff that all of my belongings can fit into a closet, and over the past couple of weeks, because I'm now moving out to California officially, I've got it down to like half a closet full of stuff.
That's cool, man. Well, I miss you, man, but I'm looking forward to coming out and seeing you.
Dude, like Perry Farrell is playing at the Roxy with like his Love Orchestra or something like that.
Oh, I heard that. I heard that he's got some kind of a new thing. It's not Porno Pyros, it's not Jane's Addiction. It's like a love orchestra. It's probably something dirty, and he's probably on acid, and he's probably got glow paint on him. But Perry Farrell's the man.
Bottle of wine.
I met him. I went to go see Porno for Pyros. Me and my friend, we were watching the opening band. We saw Perry Farrell up in the top seating, checking out the show, and we just went up there and we were just like, "We're not worthy. We're not worthy."
Is that what you said?
Nah, not really. But
did you actually engage with him?
Yeah, we actually were pretty cool with Perry. He said we can call him Perry.
So he did say that. So you did talk to him.
Yeah. But I think he was just getting into his groove. I don't know if he was playing.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably didn't want to be hanging out with fans, dude. I've walked past so many people, mainly comedians. Like I one time walked right past Louis C.K. There's no line. He was wearing a black T-shirt and jeans, and I just walked right by him. I did in a way want to say, hey, I love you, and you bring me great joy.
But then he would jerk off.
Please don't masturbate in front of me.
Yeah.
No, but it was way before then, and but I got nothing to say. I flagged down Bill Burr because I'm in a shopping mall, and I've met and hung out with David Blaine and Greg Fitzsimmons, and I sat down and had dinner. James Randi, people like magicians.
You brushed shoulders with greatness. I remember the David Blaine thing. You like hung out with him for a while.
Dude, and paid me to hang out with him.
I know.
It was just a total nice thing on his part. It wasn't like I was providing him with something. Dude, it was awesome. And when I met him, he was just like, do you know how to work a video camera? And he showed me the camera, and I lied, and I said yes. And then he was like, are you available for the next 7 days? And I was scheduled for 6 10-hour days at my job, and so I just said yes, I'm available.
Wow.
And it was cool, man. It was fun times. Now I lost his phone number, but it's not like I was ever gonna.
Dude, his phone number disappeared. Magic.
It did. No, actually, dude, I lost it. I lost it.
And then you found it in your breast pocket of your upper jacket.
No, actually, I got lost in the mountains in Mount Shasta. One of my first week in California. I don't even know if you know this about me, but my first week in California, I got into a van full of people I didn't know, and we drove from Santa Cruz up to Mount Shasta, and then we like camped out. Like we were camping out. We didn't have tents. We had sleeping bags, and we were like,
I love
camping
Trader
out
Joe's cracker-ass crackers.
And Mario and I met a couple of girls, and we all went up into the mountains and camped out. And then one morning I got up and I went, I guess what I thought was around the corner to urinate. Mm-hmm. And I was maybe lollygagging around or whatever, but I come back and I can't find the people. And that was the beginning of...
You can't lollygag in public. I'm sorry, go on with your story.
Right, I mean, I thought I was, I was in a wooded area. But I got lost, man. And I've been lost in both the desert and in the forest of the mountains, and I'm telling you, man, it's like being in the middle of the ocean and looking around and seeing nothing but water. You're like, holy shit, I don't even know where to go. Everything looks the same. That's
awesome and adventurous. I got lost in a Walmart the other day. That's adventurous as my life gets. Right. Let's see, man. Like, I guess we're doing the White Jesus and His Brother show. Hey, man, we're brothers. So Let's talk about that. We've known each other for quite a while.
Ever,
yeah.
Although I don't remember much of my childhood.
I met you in 1983, I think.
So, okay, I remember.
You were in great shape.
Yeah, dude. I was like a really hot baby. Honestly... Yeah, I'm not unhappy with myself as a baby. I just only know it from pictures now. I remember when, and I got, see, my penis has basically been the same size my entire life.
AP.
And I got that adult penis syndrome. And so when I was younger, I always thought, or whenever it became relevant that the size of your penis was something, was relevant, then I was like, I
this
think
guy cannot stop masturbating.
10 or 12. Can we talk about this?
Yeah, dude, illegal. We can talk about that. Like we're brothers.
Because it's my 12-year-old penis.
We're similar in every way, except I didn't get the AP. I still got the BP.
Dude, I don't know what happened. I checked in with our bio dad. He says it's definitely not him.
Yeah.
So maybe it's mom.
Did you get your huge cock from mom?
I
Oh,
guess,
God.
man,
Good
or
Lord.
probably like our grandfather or something. But the thing is,
Listen, we gonna get canceled because of you, bro.
I grew into my body, and my dick's stayed the same size.
It doesn't
So
make you
now it's
fall
just
over
like
anymore.
it's just average, yeah.
You're-
So I remember because we have a little sister, and I remember when she was born, and we were at the house, and we were dressed up like in ties, and we were awaiting the arrival of our little sister. Like, do you remember?
yeah,
like,
there's a picture of that on the refrigerator
and that's why I
at
remember.
Mom's house.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, we grew up together, man.
Do you remember when I was born? Like, did you dress up for me or?
I put on pants? I'm sure.
That's nice because I probably wasn't wearing any.
I probably dressed up. I don't know. It was cool having a little brother, I guess. We grew up in a military family and moved around a lot. And you know what? I actually was a bully to you for quite a span of time because that's the way I grew up watching Wonder Years.
Ha!
You know, and
Yeah.
the guy would, the older brother of the Wonder Years kid would always pick on him. On every TV show, that's what it was.
Oh yeah, now I remember that.
Yeah, so it's like I was just Mike Seaver would pick on Ben Seaver on Growing Pains. You know, that's just how I was raised. So I unneededly picked on you for quite a few years, and then we started smoking weed together, and everything was cool.
Yeah, our relationship transformed, but it was a cycle, man. And the cycle was I would agitate you, I would provoke you,
On
you would
purpose.
attack me, and then I would go, I would go try to tell on you or whatever, and then. But then it was like I was back to, dude, even if you were trying to be peaceful, I would fucking antagonize you until you launched an attack.
And some of those attacks were vicious.
Yeah, man. I mean, we have had a couple of pretty primal physical exchanges, but very few. I know I've chucked some things at your head on purpose in rage.
Mm-hmm.
You chuck a toy Ghostbuster gun at me when I was younger, but
busted your fucking head, blood everywhere. It was awesome.
I just realized that could have been on purpose, and I just remembered that.
Oh, you know what? It actually was on accident because I meant to flick the foam target thing at you.
Did you though?
Yeah, I did, but I accidentally let go of the gun, and the whole damn 20 pounds of plastic went in your face. I threw you through.
Split my head open.
Yeah, I split your head open. I put you through a glass plate window once.
Oh, that I have a scar from both of those incidences.
Cool, emotional and physical.
No, dude, but it's like I remember being thrown through the glass door and my wrist being cut. I remember having my head split open and lying on the toilet, and there being blood. And I remember Mom just totally freaking out. And these are my earliest childhood memories, man, because I don't have just normal memories from back in the day. I have only the traumatic things. I don't even think I have any of the really happy things.
You don't remember going to Disney World?
No.
Nah, you remember being thrown through a plate glass window by your older brother.
I remember Dad walking out on Mom is one of my very first memories. Is and then my head is he has suitcases and Mom's on her knees weeping, and he's and we're grabbing onto his legs and he's walking with us on his legs, but I don't know how much of that is real. Mom says it's not real.
Well, you know why? I mean, that's what's been told to us, and who knows how much of it is real. But trauma sticks with everybody, man.
Dude, I love the topic of memory.
It's good to find a way to escape it, man, because we both have demons.
Everybody has demons, man. I mean, show me a motherfucker who doesn't have demons, and I'll punch him in the face. No, I mean,
but the devil's a real
honestly, in order to get rid of all your demons, I don't even know if it's possible, man. I mean, even people who are just really got their shit together. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some people that really dedicate their life to meditation. So they're in a cave for 30 years, and maybe they can go into deep meditative spaces. Those guys probably are pretty chill.
I've come to a conclusion and an acceptance that when I'm doing good, and I'm doing good right now, I know that I won't be doing good at some point in the future.
Why do you know that?
Just because it seems to be a disease I have.
What kind of disease?
A thought disease.
You think that your brain is gonna get degenerative, or you think
No,
that
depression,
you can't maintain a happy state of mind?
It's no, I can get gripped in a depressed state of mind.
I can too, man. But dude, I swear
we
to
just
God,
we just learn how to look at it and what it is.
Right.
And like the other day, it's like I started feeling bad, and I put on the recorder on my phone and pretended I was doing a podcast and talked about it. And then once you
That's
see
cool.
it, then once
Did
you
you
see
publish it?
No, it's one of the. Wait. No. I have many secret podcasts. But
It's probably good.
But it's something that
You
have
think
to
it's
be- that you have
instilled
to
in you.
look at. And I don't. I'm just ready for it. I'm familiar with it. If I start to feel
Right.
depressed, I know what to do to get myself out of it. And
But bro-
lately, it's been talking into a
Right.
microphone. And so I'll just that was a new thing. I just recorded and talked about my depression and all everything. And oh well, man, it's all good. I got a weed card. I use that motherfucker. And
Yeah, you sure do.
Generally, hey man, you hear me on the podcast, man. Let's not get. I'm a happy dude, man. I'm happy.
Just, bro, you're not supposed to be happy or sad, and
That's true. Well, I mean, who the fuck are what? We have to be happy all the time?
Of course not. We're humans.
Nah, man. Sometimes you just got to be bummed out or pissed or angry.
I won't say who, but someone the other day told me, "I'm sorry you're suffering." I think they were making an assumption about me, but I told them it's okay. Life is suffering, and I think
They
part
kill
of
themselves afterwards.
yeah. I don't know, but yeah, dude. I just I do think that there is sadness programmed inside of everybody. I do think that biologically there is levels of depression that we must face through family lines. But I mean, and I'm sure there's varying levels of that. I know you personally. I come from the same family. I have a lot of the same issues as you do, and I still deal with them. I mean, talk about being depressed. A couple weeks ago, I was curled up in a fetal position on the floor with a blanket over my head, hyperventilating, crying. That's how I went to sleep that night. But that's not every night. But the thing is, man, you don't want to create a self-fulfilling prophecy for yourself. Like,
That's true,
your
but
depression is not a prison in which you can't escape. You can hold yourself there.
well, man, come on. For so many people that it's so many people with depression, it's really unfair to say that it's a prison that you can't escape, because it's hard. You're true. You're right, but it's hard. And
I will
thank God
say-
I'm better with my depression than a lot of other people are.
I was talking to a mutual friend of ours the other day, and they said Doug has a zen with his depression, and I'm like, that's so true. He's so good at being depressed.
Dude, I'm the best depressed dude in the world. Nobody knows how to be bummed like me.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I guess, you do have a mechanism in which, here's one thing about you don't complain. and neither does our biological father. And he has a lot of things to complain about, but he doesn't complain at all.
Yeah,
He's
dude's missing
always
a
been
finger.
like that. He's missing a finger. He's got all kinds of situations on his plate, and dude, he just doesn't complain. It's amazing because so many people don't have that much to complain about, but they find something to complain about. And I hope that I'm like you and Dad in that way.
You know what, man? I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. I just try to make my life fun and make it funny, like a sitcom, like a TV show that I'd like to watch. Like
I think that's key.
Like I tell you all the time, if I did I'll call it a great set at Walgreens, because like I tell an awesome joke to a cashier or something. Hey,
It's
bro,
the best.
Hold tight for 2 seconds while I grab a beverage. Say something, brother.
Oh, am I on the air? I was about to go use the bathroom and go pee.
Got the cans back on.
That's sweet, dude. I didn't talk any shit about you.
There's a cracker at the door.
That's
yeah,
good,
man.
So you've listened to the show before. Hey, you didn't hear my
Hey, it's
sponsors.
cool to be on it.
Hey, it's cool to be doing a show with you.
What's pretty interesting about this podcast is I actually like it. Like if you're like on my top 5 people and you're making art, I'm gonna fucking go to your show. I'm gonna buy your art. I'm gonna listen to your music. I'm gonna read your book. It's gonna be whatever. I'm gonna do everything, and I probably won't even tell you if I don't like it. But thankfully, so far, like I've had a friend who did write a book, and I read it, and it was amazing. I hand wrote them a review for it, and they told them that it was, it's one of the things they grabbed from their house when they had to evacuate because of the fires.
Good
But
Lord.
so, yeah, and my friend makes jewelry, and it's beautiful. Thank God. Georgia Marie Designs on Instagram, and and obviously I have friends who are musicians, and I have friends who write comedy. But these are my top 5. Everybody I've mentioned is my top 5 people. I have an elite top 5 people. You're one of them, and but yeah, even if you're only got my top,
Well, will
10,
you do like a Patreon thing for me and give me money so I can make the YouTube show into a cartoon? That's actually the direction we want to go.
Of course, because right
you
now
can-
at this time,
I'm gonna start asking people for money now.
well, I'm in the middle of moving, and there's fires over in California. My
Dude.
girlfriend's friend,
Wow.
down, a good friend of mine's, incredible. I don't know what you want to call it, just like a community in the mountains that he had. Surely it's acres and acres of lands and millions of dollars, including a recording studio. It's all burnt down the ground. There's a GoFundMe for both those people. There's a GoFundMe for a friend of a friend who's lost in the desert right now, and it's like I can't decide where to put like whatever
Hey,
I can
I just
afford.
said I wanted to make a cartoon, man. I understand
You didn't let
these
me
other
finish.
guys have it rough. No, I'm kidding.
But of course, I'm happy to fund your
what-
cartoon.
What's with your state always burning? Like, is it just one dude with a lighter?
No, it has been a guy with a lighter
That's
before.
what I think. I think the whole California wildfires is just one whippersnapper with a lighter
Well, we've been in a drought
and a dream.
for a lighter and a dream. Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, arson is a thing.
Am I gonna have to
People,
punch you in your face?
will derive great gratification from. I watch too much Criminal Minds, man. I'm not going to pretend that I'm a behavioral.
Oh, dude, you can only watch so much of it before you have to stop, because I started feeling like I had started getting a whole lot of great ideas to murder people.
Oh, dude, I could totally murder somebody.
Dude, we're weird like that. We watch Criminal Minds, and instead of like, oh, they better catch a bad guy, it's like, man, that guy has found a real clever way to murder people.
Yeah,
That'd
but
be-
nowadays it's getting harder and harder to murder.
Yeah, because everybody's got cameras out, man.
That's the number one thing, man.
Dude,
I mean, you used to be able to clip somebody, no problem.
Dude, I decided with any conflict I ever have with anybody in my life from this point forward, I'm just gonna point my phone at them, and then they'll just go away, right?
Because what does your
'Cause-
phone look like?
No, because they're scared that I'm videotaping them. Like, let's say somebody's yelling at me. So let's say somebody's drunk and yelling at me, man. I just point my phone at them.
Okay, that's gonna work for some people under some conditions, but
Yeah.
as you can see from like YouTube, you can catch a lot of people freaking out on other people, and I mean, there's no shortage of that, man. I mean, and I'm not immune to going down a rabbit hole of people losing their shit on YouTube. You know, I am
YouTube rabbit
subscribed
holes
to
are real.
Public Freakout on Reddit. Public Freakout, actual Public Freakout.
Dude, YouTube is. I love YouTube. I don't know, and I also hate it. Just
Well, man-
the same way I feel about TikTok.
I just love it. I love
Um,
YouTube.
I've been thinking about getting a yo-yo.
I can see that.
You know, today I saw I was driving down the road and I saw a men working sign in front of some construction. And I can't,
Right.
I can't believe that the feminists haven't done away with that yet.
I
It
don't
should say
think
people.
feminists
It
care
should,
about that.
It should say people working. Women can work too.
Dude, I definitely went by a tight construction zone today,
Because
and there was
The way
it was all guys.
the way everything, that's true, there were no women working, that was a fact, but if there were, it's just like with all the news of people getting canceled and everything, it was just, I've never looked at a men working sign that way before. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna get in trouble.
Dude, how do you feel about cancel culture? Have you covered that on your podcast?
We about to get canceled.
Yeah, Black Jesus is constantly
Listen, we gonna get canceled because of you, bro.
constantly afraid that I'm gonna get us canceled.
White Jesus
Yeah,
is getting
man.
emotional.
Well, I mean, someone would have to dead name you.
Yeah, you know what? We've enclosed ourselves in a SJW proof dome because
A
not
cocoon
only
of anonymity.
is he a black guy, but he's black as fuck. So
Yeah.
if I'm talking to Black Jesus about race, dude, we can say whatever we want to, man. We're best friends.
Oh, I mean, I know that.
So, but like comedy, man.
You mentioned I was born in 1983.
Comedy,
Like,
bro. Yeah. I'll mention the exact date and your social security numbers will be in the description of the podcast.
nice.
But like comedy is something that is supposed to be offensive and unacceptable. There's a line that comics walk. Like on the last show, I was reading notes of my old jokes from like 10 years ago. And
The scriptures.
the ancient scriptures, the stack of notebooks, the ancient scriptures that I have.
That's hilarious.
And I had a story about a gay bus ride and everything. And
Yeah, I got real into that gay bus ride.
Yeah.
When I was laying out in the sun. And
the devil's a real
and then
homophobic.
it seemed anticlimactic. Because it was like, oh, and then you flip the page and you're like, oh, I never finished writing it. And I'm like, well, what happened?
Oh, no. That was actually a special reading just that I sent you. I finished the joke on the last show.
Oh.
You haven't
Oh,
listened to the
okay,
last
cool.
show.
I got to catch up. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I finished the joke, but it would be something that I wouldn't do today. Maybe.
Right.
Or it would be something that would be accepted wrong. It's all funny,
Mhm.
But, cancel culture is bullshit. I think comedians should be able to do whatever they want. even masturbate in front of girls if they say it's okay.
Dude, there's this guy. I believe his name is Namesh Patel. And he got kicked off stage, I think, at Columbia University, and for doing comedy. He was 20 minutes into an hour-long set, and they walked on stage and cut him off. And because they were saying that he was being offensive, and I know the jokes. It was not offensive, man.
There's things that are offensive now that weren't a long time ago. The new Bill and Ted movie is coming out. In the first Bill and Ted movie, Bill called Ted a faggot.
You know? Oh, it's like so prevalent in that movie.
Yeah,
and I think it's several times.
Yeah, they say, you know,
I'm all about abandoning that word, by the way.
Well, dude, I think I should use that more sparsely than I do, but I'm in full support. I'm in full support of retard. Retard, I keep in my left pocket along with Jew. I never use them together, but retarded is a very solid comedy word, and I explained it last week. That it has nothing to do with mentally disabled people. It's just like if you're fucking retarded, you're just fucking retarded.
I agree, man. I mean, we're both grew up where those words were used all of the time amongst people and friends during, you know, casual interactions.
Thanksgivings.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, of course. Like, no joke. And that, but you gotta. I mean, I also, you know, I gotta
who gets the retarded part of the turkey,
right? Yeah, I gotta find, you know, some sort of compassion for these 20-year-old kids who get offended by people wearing sombreros on Halloween, like if they're white, or you know, who are just like, you know, kicking comedians off stage because they interpret their joke as offensive, which is not. Because dude, I mean, even like 5 years ago, I'd look at 22-year-olds and be like, "Oh, you guys are so cool," like, you know. and now I'm just like, oh my god, like the whole sensitive culture and the cancel culture, and you know, just everybody being a vulture, trying to. It's like it's very sad. It makes me very sad.
Before I knew that Black Jesus wasn't going to be able to do the show because he's off doing important missionary work, our topic of discussion was going to be riots and BLM, and I can't make that our topic of discussion because I need a black voice in that discussion. But sure. What I'm talking about is that you were talking about cancel culture. And let me talk about white kids, man. White kids have taken over and hijacked the BLM movement, you know. And, like, did you see the video of them going into the restaurant and asking people to raise their fists for Black Lives Matter?
No, I've not seen that particular video. I've seen similar ones, yeah. Of animal rights and stuff like that.
Yeah, and people are just like, we're just trying to eat, man. And a lot of people just raise their fists because, like, they're being mobbed too. And one person refuses. Oh, my God. And they're yelling at her. And the thing is, this lady supports Black Lives Matter. It's just that she was eating lasagna. You know?
It's very upsetting, man.
White kids can't take over. White kids can't be more upset about racism than black people. And that's the fucking rule, you know?
Yeah, like, just like, when did it become like the only song to like sing, to be like, if you don't, you must agree with me, or I will shame you and I will try to take away what's good in your life. You know, it's like, I just, I mean, I understand it. I think it's misguided psychology, but and you know, ultimately it comes down to parents, I think. You know, I know some kids who are like, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old that are not going to have this problem. I think it's specifically the generation out there right now, and I'm not saying it's all kids who are like in their 20s now, but I don't think that that's going to carry over.
Do I not live in America? Is this not Alabama, sir?
Like kids who are like 7 and 8 right now,
Yeah.
who are gonna be running companies in their 20s and stuff like that. I don't see that. I really am like a firm believer of like the children are our future, and I have hope for that.
Let them lead the way. Give them hope and let them lead the way. I think there's a song about it.
Is that a song?
Yeah. Oh my God! I think there's evil laughter in the background somewhere. So
That's a
let's
nice
see.
touch. Do
Yeah,
I get
it's
to hear
kinda cool.
jokes?
Ambient. Dude,
Am
I
I part of
got
that?
jokes. We still got the real news.
That's
Right
cool.
now, dude, we've got our hotline. We're going to go to our hotline, and I put together a really cool intro for the hotline. So here it is. Are you ready? It's time to check the voicemails on the Disciple Hotline. Call the hotline at 954-580-FUNK and leave a voicemail to Black and White Jesus. We'll play it on the next show and respond to you. Here's Black and White Jesus with the Disciple Hotline. And that was that. And here is the Disciple Hotline. So we got our voice line, our voicemail line, right? And
Dude, I heard you set it up.
Yeah, and
Stoked.
and when we tested this earlier, oh, you know what?
I think you got too high.
Yeah, I think I got too high. I forgot I was doing a podcast. We got one.
Bro, you're driving, man.
Oh my God! Hey, we got one voicemail, and let's go to it now.
Hello, I called back when I said sorry. I apologize for last time. I'm so mad. I don't
Who's
have a
that
good
guy?
day that day. For real, I'm talking Spanish. But I'm Peruvian. And that day, a lot of people talking in English. I know she can talk in Spanish. But that day, I have a bad day. Fuck. I talking in Spanish. You should fucking respond me in English. Fuck talking in Spanish. And no matter what, when you call me and everything, I know I like your show. When I listen, I fucking like your show. For real. I want to do it one more time, but I want to fucking back one more time too. Okay? Thank you.
So that was that fellow who called last week, yelling in Spanish, bro. Did you hear that one?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess we just listened to it, right? Technically, we didn't. We actually had a technical thing about it, but I've heard it, and sounds like you're really... it sounded like the first person that called you was speaking Spanish, and it was a female, and now you have this dude who's apparently Peruvian.
Yeah,
And
he's Peruvian.
that's cool.
Here's
This is a
the thing.
diverse podcast.
Here's the thing. I know this guy, the guy who yelled last week, and the guy who apologized just now.
Oh, you know those people?
Yeah, I gave him a card for the podcast and asked him to check it out. He actually works at one of the places that I hang out during the day.
A restaurant.
Yeah, he's actually...
Which is... Yeah, all your friends are restaurant people.
Yeah, that's Willie. Shout out Willie. He's a good buddy of mine.
What up, Willie?
And he felt a little contrition after screaming profanities at us last week that he wanted to call again and apologize. He really does like the show. And he's a cool guy. The other day I was delivering food and somebody wasn't there for the delivery, so I had like a couple pizzas and I took it by Willie and we had some pizza. So friend of the
How
show.
often does that happen? And how do you know the word contrition?
I don't know. I had to Google it.
Yeah, dude. That was fancy.
Yeah, dude. I have like 5 fancy words I want to say during the during the show.
That's all you need. Just 5 and know how to use them.
Exactly.
No, use them magnificently.
I don't even believe that's a fucking word.
Nah.
You made that shit up, man. You don't have the best words. Munipulous.
Manipulous.
So that's our hotline mail, dude. I'd love to get, I mean, of course, I'd like to get more voicemails.
Well, I wrote an email to you guys.
Willie you wrote an email to us.
And you guys answered my question, and I got...
You were the fellow with the shoes.
Yeah, dude, and...
Black Jesus.
It was like, basically couldn't even recognize that, so maybe I should have mentioned, and I didn't, but the person I was talking to was... She was bald, wearing Harry Potter glasses, and she was applying to live in a commune, a self-sufficient commune. I don't know.
California hippie.
She was a California hippie, and what she, looked at me like I said something racist. And then when you told
Black Jesus,
he was like, "Well, where's the question? I don't see the racism."
So like Black Jesus said that if you get a shoe compliment from the black community, that it holds more ground than if you get it from anybody else.
But what I'm thinking was interesting is that is that Black Jesus didn't even recognize what my question was because it was so unracist. But I was looked at like I was a racist. But let me tell you, this person the next day was like, had a guide referred me to a guide for white people burning sage. And I said, well, should I make a guide to, I don't want to say rock and roll because, I really don't know the origins of that. But it's like, do I need to make a guide for people to enjoy and how to respect grunge metal? Because grunge rock was created by white guys, as far as I know. Yeah. And it's like, and then I said, should I need to read how to enjoy hip hop? And she's like, because I listen to primarily hip hop, even though I'm a rock and roll guy. I listen to primarily hip hop, and
people of the world.
She's like, yeah, it's like almost like you shouldn't even like the culture appropriation thing is just fucking crazy.
Here it is, man. The thing is that Black Jesus.
Leave Adele alone.
Leave Adele alone. Black Jesus is just the normalest of guys. I
love Black Jesus. I've never even met him.
Black as fuck. But like he said, he doesn't give attention to racism. It's the way we should all do it instead of giving a whole lot of attention to racism. I'm not gonna mention any names. Don Lemon.
I don't know who that is. But
I like to dig on Don Lemon every once in a while. So that was our voicemail. We're going to try to do the Black and White Jesus show here. Hey, man, last week I cleaned out my closet while listening to the Eminem song, Cleaning Out My Closet.
I told that joke to an old person, and they thought it was funny.
Awesome.
And they knew the song.
And I undug those notebooks from over 10 years ago, the ancient scriptures. And I read some stories out of them, and I'm going to read one entry. I don't want to take up too much time, but
awesome.
And it's something that I just looked at the first few words of, and I haven't read, so we're going to see where it goes.
Let's get into it.
This is a surprise to both of us. It's going to be fun.
I'm rock hard.
All right, man. Grab it. Okay. I guess... Okay, this looks like a story or stand-up, okay? I'm finding panhandlers getting more diverse and, class-wise. I'm seeing, middle-class looking panhandlers out there, and it disgusts me. Putting good old, dirty, smelly homeless guys who have worked very hard to get that way out of work. You can't just get that spray-on dirt tan look overnight. I saw a lady panhandling, and she had a big fancy purse. I saw a guy in a leather jacket panhandling. Not just a leather jacket. This guy had shoes. He had on middle-class clothing. You're supposed to panhandle all day and go under a bridge or something. Not go home. What kind of signs are these people holding up? Not hungry but would like dessert? Yeah, I kind of filled up at dinner, but I'd love some ice cream sundae. Fuck you, dude. You have shoes. I'm giving my $1 to that dude over there with no legs and half a brain.
Yeah, no legs and half a brain.
That's from the ancient scriptures.
Dude, you know what's the worst is
Think
when
big.
you mistake someone for homeless, and that's why I don't go up unless somebody has a sign, and if they ask me, then it's unless I have prepared, something on the side. I once went up to these dudes who I thought were homeless in Santa Cruz, and I'd just eaten and I had some extra fries, and I was like, hey, you guys want some fries? And they looked at each other like, okay. And I was like, all right, cool, sweet. But then I realized, like, oh, they look like, they look like dirty drifters to me, but they were just teenagers hanging out, man. And that's also okay to offer them my prize. It's Santa Cruz. Everybody
That's cool,
talks.
dude. I saw just a regular guy standing in my homeless friend's spot on the intersection today on a bike, and it looked almost like my homeless man friend, but it wasn't him. I was ready to give him change. Hey, man, one more thing from the ancient scriptures.
Okay, then I have a tip for you, based on the experience that you discussed on your previous podcast.
Oh, I don't even remember what that was. Okay, this is from the ancient scriptures. So, I love the bus system, public transportation. I don't love it so much. I'm being sarcastic. I found myself without a car for a couple years, and I had to be a bus person. It's like its own culture. There's many things I learned about being a bus person. First, I found that a bus doubles as a mobile home for homeless people. If they can come up with $4, they can ride around all day with a roof over their head. They're not hard to spot. You'll know who they are. Big beards, smelly, paying their fares in nickels. What's funny is that they carry along a huge bag of luggage, like the kind with a handle and like rollers and everything, right? Well, that's your upper class homeless dudes. The lower class ones will have garbage bags. So either they're homeless or they're getting off at the airport to take off on their European vacation.
Dude, I think I did take a trash bag to Europe. I hear you.
Trash bag to Europe.
Well, you said the other day you pulled up, and there's, in Florida and in some places out here in California, there's people at stoplights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, and I think that you would totally dig this idea just because, like, we're so much alike, and like we and when we're in the car together, like, we love to give people something. Well, I'll tell you a couple of things.
You usually keep muffins in the back seat and a bottle of water.
That's what I was...
Like, we'll be driving around, you'll see a homeless dude, and all of a sudden you'll pull out a muffin and a bottle of water for the homeless dude.
Dude, I mean, all you got to do is, like, go to the store and buy, like, you can buy 10 granola bars for $1. You know what I'm saying? And then you get 10 Ziploc bags, put the granola bar in there, put 10 bottles of water in the back of your seat, and then, put $1 or $2 into the Ziploc. And then you're set for the next 10 interactions, and you don't have to reach for your pocket or have that moment of, I don't know if I'm going to find $1 of cash on me. So, make a little hobo package. And also, man, just keep I keep like $20 worth of quarters in my mid console. And the thing is, even when I'm strapped, people will it makes a difference to stop and give someone 50 cents. If that's all you can give, like 50 cents is okay, because ultimately people just, I think often they just need to be recognized, and 50 cents adds up.
That is white Jesus's brother, and goodness runs in the family of the white Jesuses, man. We're very good to the homeless folks. Hey,
I've done some crazy things for homeless people, dude.
I understand you're a musician.
And That might be your understanding of it. Yeah, I feel like I'm musical.
You're a musical dude. Hey, dude, you do the intro and the outro music to the podcast.
Dude, I'm so
That
honored.
song called "Meet You There."
That's awesome. Meet You There. It's a Casino Medicine track.
Casino Medicine.
But yeah, man. I mean, I just did that just like how you do the podcast. It's just like it
kind of a side
game. Yeah, it was like a side thing. It came out naturally.
My brother's so cool. He's a rock star on the side.
Yeah, dude. Well, I appreciate you saying that.
It's true.
But it's like I can't. I don't feel really comfortable even saying I'm a musician because I don't really consider myself like I'm definitely not prolific. You know what I mean? Like
here's
that song
the thing,
came to me,
dude. You've written several songs and recorded several songs. You're a musician.
When I was younger, dude, and my life was
still
toxic.
You're a musician.
But it was only like when my life, and I'm not saying that you can't be creative, like
when your life was toxic, right?
Right.
Okay, and that was the output of it, man. Dr. Gonzo's Bazooka Circus.
Dr. Gonzo's Bazooka Circus comes from immense suffering, pain, and
which all creates great rock music.
Totally, yeah. But the song "Meet You There" comes from a great moment of either I'm gonna shoot myself in the head or I'm gonna write a song, and but then after I get that out of me and I go after the thing that got me to that level, to the point where I understand it, the music stops, man. So and I'm not saying it's like that for everybody, but it's like my music can only come from
the
pain. I like happy music.
Music died.
Yeah, well, I'm fine, man. I would trade being generally happy as a person.
Hey, man. You can say
anything.
You can say what you want to. I'm gonna say you're a musician and you have a cool new video out on YouTube, which I plug all the time, and I won't even mention it.
Thanks, man.
Hey, I haven't gotten a cough button yet, but when I do, I want it to make a fart noise. So instead of hearing a cough on the podcast, you just hear something like that,
That's baller.
It's
some guy forgot to use his cough button. A sports announcer a couple weeks ago, he's fired, and he made a heartfelt apology, and everybody was like, "Fuck you, you're done."
Because his cough sounded like.
Nah, he was using another derogatory word. Yeah, and he wasn't coughing. He just didn't know he was on mic. And
well, dude, you just can't say.
It seemed like an honest mistake.
Yeah, an honest mistake.
And I feel so bad. If somebody gets their feelings hurt from that word, I honestly do. I used to feel differently about it. But I actually heard the comedian Todd Glass talk about it.
Let's see if we can find him, and we can have him on as a guest on the podcast.
Well, he does need a job.
Yeah, he does need a job.
For what it's worth, man, I accept his apology. He made a mistake.
People make mistakes.
He's an old school dude. What did you think he thought? It's like
people make mistakes, and the right thing to do is forgive. That's what.
Yeah, man.
That's what Jesus said.
Yep.
Black Jesus, white Jesus, even Mexican Jesus.
There's fake news and there's real news. Here's the real news with White Jesus.
Welcome to the real news with White Jesus. Our top story: Amazon CBD Nation explores how marijuana can save your child's life. I agree, I agree, brother. I mean, how many life-threatening situations can a 6-year-old get into baked out of his mind watching Paw Patrol?
That sounds fun. I miss smoking pot.
Dude, I heard, I know about that. I'm sorry for your loss.
It's been weeks, yep.
I'm sorry for your loss, man.
I'm still allowed to do it. Good.
Well, kids are doing it now.
It's awesome.
Marijuana. It doesn't even say CBD. It's marijuana can save your child's life. I agree. I'll have to watch this show. Hey,
it is very good for a lot of children.
Yeah, dude. I always want to get kids stoned, man.
Kids are always watching cartoons. They're always eating snacks. Like, give them some pot.
Dude, like, nobody's done it habitually. Like, what if you start a kid early on pot and see what kind of person he becomes, man? Be a fucking scientist or something. We've got more news. We can't waste all our time on kids and weed. Our next story is Cardi B claps back at critics of hit song WAP, saying it's for adults. Dude, have you heard of this song, people? Man? Not white-ass people, man. This is gross. The adult world cringed over the dirty, dirty song, while kids everywhere are singing about their wet-ass pussies. That's what it means, man.
Is she catching flack for that? Dude,
Bro.
I mean, come on. You were trying to censor artists' free speech now? A rapper can't make a song about wet pussies?
Dude, but she's a teenage. Her demographic of fans are teenagers.
That doesn't matter. All right, next show.
All right, man. Wet-ass pussies. Our next story. Halloween isn't canceled. South Florida gets a super creepy drive-through horror house. That's good for South Florida, man. So if you want to catch a good scare this year, go to the terrifying Arby's drive-through in Hialeah.
Who writes these?
Dude, have you ever gone to this like drive-through? First it starts off, you have to talk to this speaker, and the person speaks back to you in Spanish. And they don't have anybody who speaks English. That's Dude, okay. You can order by number. But then when you go up, the window pops out. It's scary, this Arby's.
If you like that, check out the McDonald's off Federal, right next to the Greyhound station. Holy shit.
My good Lord.
Yeah, all right. Next one.
They got ghosts that... it's going to be a fun Halloween, man. I can't go as Chewbacca this year. They've canceled Chewbacca.
Dude, no way.
Our next story. As Tucker Carlson justifies violence, Fox News is paying him $10 million a year. Tucker Carlson stated that his base salary is $10 million a year. He just gets a $5 million bonus every time he justifies violence. Oh, that dude is making money then.
He's a handsome man.
I'm a fan of Tucker Carlson. I like him.
I've seen him dominate some debates, and I've seen him be a complete jackass.
Oh, dude. He's a complete jackass, and I can make fun of him all day, but I still watch the show. Love it, man. Our next story in sports. The Washington football team.
Woo.
It's just not the same without Black Jesus, man.
I know, dude. I mean, what am I going to do?
Like, you remember...
Dude, I can't believe that's true.
Hey, man, you remember, like, every real news story about the Washington football team? Every time I say the Washington football team, he cracks up, and it's so much fun. It's a little bit different. You're here in spirit, buddy.
Dude, by episode 3, I Googled the Washington football team because I started to think, is this really real? I thought you were joking.
The Washington football team. No. Because they can't be the Redskins anymore. Anyway, well, I don't know, bro. Man.
First, we take away their land, and then we take away their football team.
It's fucked up. Hey, could you do me a favor, bro? Could you pretend to be Black Jesus while I read this? Here it goes. Next, in sports, the Washington football team. Hey, are you cracking up? Are you cracking up, man? The Washington football team practiced this past Friday. Coach Ron Rivera sees players getting little things right. Coach Rivera said, we're a football team. We're the Washington football team. And you would think that the one thing these guys could get right, it's playing football. You know?
They're a football team, man. They live in Washington.
They aren't about anything else but besides being from Washington and being a football team, man. Our next news story, the FDA says, don't drink hand sanitizer by accident. The FDA also stated, don't drink it on purpose either. That's retarded. Dude, the FDA said retarded. It
smells really good.
It does smell good, man. But and it's got alcohol in it, man. If you're a boozer, if you're one of them booze hounds.
I am an alcoholic, and
yeah, we're both alcoholics. I talked about it on the last show.
Oh, you did?
I'm an alcoholic. That's why I don't drink. Some alcoholics are alcoholics because they do drink.
But anyway. Sometimes I'm washing my hands and I smell that tequila on my hands. And I remember.
Remember that time you were throwing up that one night?
Every night, dude.
I can't believe the FDA said retarded. Our next news story. A Utah woman goes to prison for buying bacteria to infect roommate already in poor health. Jamie Lynn Ridd, 51. Jamie Lynn sounds like a real Utah woman name.
Right.
Jamie Lynn Ridd, 51, says, I had to do something. She kept eating my blueberries.
Justified, bro.
Justified.
Did you say she bought bacteria?
Yeah, she was trying to poison her roommate and kill her. But
I wish they would say what with what.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. She probably didn't want to handle something like COVID, but she was trying to kill her roommate. But you know what? You just don't eat somebody's goddamn blueberries.
It's a red flag for both of those people. Yeah.
You know, get into a roommate. WHO team investigating. WHO team? What is this? A new superhero? Oh, I get it. The World Health Organization. The World Health Organization team investigating the origin of coronavirus fails to visit Wuhan. The team stated, we wanted to investigate COVID-19, not contract it. We have investigations to conduct.
Makes sense.
It makes sense, man. If they get all sick with COVID-19, how are they supposed to finish up their reports for the news?
Exactly.
It's okay. CNN will just say it's all Trump's fault anyway. It came from Donald Trump.
And they say contract instead of catch it. Like, they're smart people. Let them do their thing.
Let them do their thing, man. Our next story. NYU student group demands black-only student housing on campus. Oh, man, I kind of wish Black Jesus was around. Just
yeah, dude.
So
they want what? They want.
We're gonna still read the story here. The NYU student group demands black-only student housing on campus. So they want a building that's only black people, and there's no white people allowed.
Okay, that sounds racist.
The themed exploration floor for black students is being pushed by the group called Black Violets NYU. That's violets, violet as in the flower. It sounds too close to violence.
It does, huh?
It's not Black Violence, it's Black Violets NYU. And the students said, we are tired of all this diversity. We demand the return of segregation.
That's what it sounds like.
I don't think we should go backwards, man. Why do we want to go backwards? You know?
So
it's like
we have
you want to show up to college in the future, and it's like, all right, the Chinese building is right over there.
I don't think there's a problem with groups of people living together. I think there's a problem if you have a college campus where it's a group of people living together, and if you're of another race, they say you can't be in this group. That seems like, totally seems like a backstep.
That's like some Brett Weinstein Evergreen type of thing.
Yeah, but I can't say anything for sure, man.
All of us smart people are familiar with that story.
I'm a white guy, so.
We'll have to ask Black Jesus about this.
White Jesus is getting emotional.
Our next story, Snoop Dogg launches wine label saying you are what you drink. So remember, folks, don't be hand sanitizer. My my brother wrote that joke.
No wonder it sucks so bad.
Hey, man, what it was is a callback. It was a callback from the FDA story, which is actually brilliant comedy writing. And we pull it back here, man. If it's a callback, that's what it is, man. Because I said it earlier, and if you weren't listening earlier, you should put down the bong and pay better attention. You stoner, you big stoner.
I wrote the jokes. I'm pretending that I didn't.
You didn't write all of them, man. Hold on,
No.
I was taking a hit of something. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Hey, bro, you still there, man?
Yeah, dude.
Are we still doing a podcast?
Yeah, are there more jokes? And that was it.
Did I say Snoop Dogg?
Yep.
Ooh, and finally, hand-sized biting spiders are coming to your home looking for sex. Wow. Just when you thought 2020 was going to be all bad news, at least I'm going to get some sex this year.
Nice.
Dude,
is that true?
I'll have
Hold
to
on,
ask.
they're going to try to have sex with people?
I don't know. The headline just said, and I'll have to check with my writer who submitted the joke. But hand size, the size of your hand, biting spiders are coming to your house looking for sex.
Dear Lord.
Who are these spiders gonna try to fuck, man? Are they gonna be looking to breed and make more spiders? Do they want to fuck your dog? It's very vague, but at least there'll be some horny spiders around, and maybe I can get some sex this year from a 6-legged creature. Spider sex.
Good luck, man. Have you had some sex this year? Or is that something you talked about on the podcast?
That's Loveline you're thinking of.
Oh, okay. Sounds like it now. It's okay, man. Hang in there, you know?
Yeah.
Dry spells can last years.
Believe me, I'm hanging in there. Dry spells. Yeah, dude. The last time, I don't know, there was like a black president. But, you know,
maybe I shouldn't have asked you about the last time you had sex. And put you on the spot like that when you're so high and on a public forum.
I know, but the problem is I have a really good joke for it. I just can't think about it. You know, but believe me, bro, like dating is no problem with me during the coronavirus age. My dates have always insisted on keeping a 6-foot distance from me. Nothing's changed. Plus, I always wore a mask.
Oh, word.
But, hey, White Jesus isn't a sexual being. I'm just a peaceful, loving being. And this has been The Real News with White Jesus. And, brother, this is the part of the show where we wrap it up like a fresh new Snoop Dogg track. Hey, speaking of dogs, I think I hear dogs in the background.
Yeah, we got some dogs out here, dog.
Who let the dogs out? Who? The World Health Organization? Well, dude, hey, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man.
This has been fun, and thank goodness this new little thing I bought from Amazon had the technology to be able to let us do our show over the phone. You're in California. This is big time. This is like a really cool thing that we're doing, you know? And this means that like the Black and White Jesus podcast can now make calls and take calls. And that's pretty cool. And this is all right, man. like before I knew that you were actually going to be on the show, I wanted to wrap up the show. First of all, man, how'd you like doing the show?
It was fun, man. I had a good time.
Cool. Will you be a returning guest?
Of course, man. Are we still recording it?
Yeah, we're still doing the show, man.
I'm on the radio. Wee. Yeah, dude. No, I've done a podcast. Yeah, Friends podcast before.
We've both been on your Friends podcast before.
Yeah, it was Brock.
Together. Yeah. I think the Black and White Jesus podcast is a lot better than that one was.
Oh, slam.
I didn't mean to slam. Brock probably doesn't even listen to me.
Brock was, the first person I ever knew who started a podcast.
Yeah, so. Brock's been the dude around who's been the first to do everything. That guy is a excellent dude, comedian, freaking...
Great stand-up.
Great, like, stand-up and, like...
Awesome spirit in general. Very fucking funny.
Spirit and determination. Just a beam of progress.
Dude, you can't take back saying that your podcast is better than his.
It was. It is. It is. He had a black eye on his, too.
That's true.
Shout out Lyndon.
What up, Lyndon?
Dude, who are we? Bob Saget? Dropping so many fucking names here, man.
I don't know the Bob Saget thing.
Bob Saget likes to drop names a whole lot.
Oh, right. Makes sense.
I almost made the mistake of ending the wrap-up the same way I did last time, saying the same thing. To wrap it up like a perfectly smokable doobie. That would have been a huge mistake. We would have had to go back and edit that. Anyway, man, before I knew that you were going to be on the show today, my plan to end today's show was to shout out to you because of the things that you're doing in life, the progress you're making, the moving on up. If you will please me to say, the moving on up of your life. Craig, congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, dude.
And
having a good time.
And I thought we would end the show after the outro by playing one of your old Dr. Gonzo's Bazooka Circus songs. We're going to play Earthsuit. And everybody listening to the show will be able to hear Earthsuit at the end of the show. And you can also, if you watch the YouTube video, you can see the little music video that I made for it.
Oh, dude, which was awesome. I appreciate you doing that, man.
Yeah, dude, and I better not have anybody say anything about the music video, man, because I didn't use a computer. I used an Xbox and a DVD recorder and spliced it clip by clip. It's very general. But you're
the man for doing that, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty cool. We always do fun stuff together, artistic stuff, man. We like to be around each other during that shit. So do you want to talk a little bit about Earth? What is an Earthsuit?
That term. Have you ever heard someone call a body like a meat bag or something like that?
Yeah.
I believe that Mom was telling me about our friend Sue, who she was friends with all of her life, who was terminally ill,
right.
And how she's always referred to the 5-layer bio suit, or whatever you want to call it, the meat bag, as the Earth suit. And I think it's cool because I wrote the song after an experience I had with psychedelics.
And where you left your Earth suit. Probably.
The first time you were there, the first time I ever took the real acid. I mean, looking back, I'm not sure what it was, but it made me come out of my body and look down at myself And I also had an experience with mescaline at the beach where I looked up into the sky, and I felt just intimately familiar with it. And I felt like, man, I know this guy, not like I've seen it every day for the last 33 years, but like I've been looking at this guy for like hundreds of years. That's how so that's kind of what the song's about, man. It's just about sort of like the idea of reincarnation.
It's an awesome song, man, and I can't believe it didn't become the next Smells Like Teen Spirit. It was good enough too.
Thanks,
but that's
man.
just what I think. Because I'm
you're my brother.
Yeah, we're brothers, man. Anyway, man, so that's it for this week's show, man.
That was fun.
It was fun, man. Hopefully Black Jesus will reappear.
Yeah, you need him, man.
Just because, I really had to lay back with the racism.
Right.
Because I don't have that protective shield of Black Jesus.
Yeah, it's part of what you do there, man.
There's a cracker at the door.
There's a cracker at the door.
Fucking cracker.
Anyway. All right, bro. Hey, thanks for being on the show. And
are we still doing the show? Or?
Yep. I'm still rambling. Our hotline is I don't even think we said it once during the show. Black Jesus all over it. 954-580-FUNK. And
cool.
You can call that and leave a voicemail for us, and you can actually text that too. You can text us on the hotline. So that's pretty dope.
Nice. That sounds pretty terrific.
All right, and that's the end of the show. Thank you again, bro. And after the show, brother, stick around and hear the song Earth Suit by Dr. Gonzo's Bazooka Circus off their album Jazz Songs. It's been great. Remember, Black and White Jesus, love you. We're out. Bye.